All right, welcome back to Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 320. Today on the show, Minnesota protesters are checking papers of SUV owners to make sure they're not ICE agents. Very ironic. Then Hillary Clinton ignored a subpoena and no-showed her testimony. Will Pam Bondi do something? No. Then in Cringe of the Week, there's a new autistic Barbie that just came out. We'll go over the details there. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, this guy is in a wheelchair, but that doesn't stop him from stealing your stuff. All this and more, it's Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 320, ranked the best news podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
Fleccas Talks, the podcast featuring Richard Grabboy.
All right, one for one on the intro, as always. Guys, we have a very special announcement. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. on FleccasTalks.com, we are releasing a Fleccas Cribs special. You're going to see the inner workings of my house, my extensive collection of things. You're going to see Jerry the dog. It's going to be a really fun time. We have a teaser here for you. Click the link in the pinned comment below to make sure you're there at 11 a.m. tomorrow to see the special. Enjoy. Come on in. Now we're going to make our way to the rest of the house. What's behind that door? Oh, this is just a guest room. We don't really have to go in there. Let's head over this way. Pretty good teaser.
Yep.
The Fleccas Cribs is going to be a very fun special. So, guys, FleccasTalks.com is the website. 11 a.m. tomorrow. That is dropping. See where and how I live and all the cool stuff I've collected over the years. Yeah. I'm a collector.
Fleccas calls it MTV Cribs, and I call it Hoarders. An intervention.
And I guess with like a different set of background music and maybe a little darker theme, it could be like Intervention Hoarders. But with the uplifting stuff, it actually is a cool Cribs episode.
Okay, cool.
Another week went by, and here we are again.
Yep.
Back in the fat chair.
Well, the chair's regular. I think the chair's regular.
All right, how's everyone doing? I actually have I'm not going to complain or make excuses, but I have a pretty bad headache today.
Okay.
I'm playing a little hurt.
All right.
But it's not going to stop me. We still have a full script. We still have a full show. It's a great episode.
Yeah, are you hurt or are you injured? As an old school football coach would say.
I am hurt, and I will continue to play.
You got to play. All right.
They used to ask that, are you hurt or are you injured? And I would always say, oh, I'm hurt. And then I would actually be injured. Like concussion.
Yeah.
So like it was good, but then like you lie because they give you the option. Like, hey, as a coach, tell me something so I can feel good and say I asked and look the other way.
I had a coach in like 7th or 8th grade or something around there, and he used to say, you know, when a fox is chasing down a rabbit, the fox is running for its dinner, but the rabbit is running for his life. And I thought that was so profound as a 7th grader. I was like, whoa, I'm ready to play now, coach. I'm going to lead with my head.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very true. Well,
There's a lot of football wisdom. I don't want to, minimize it. But when you're a 12-year-old kid and you're like, whoa, nobody's ever told me that before.
There's a lot of football wisdom. Do kids even listen to coaches anymore?
I listened. Yeah, people listen.
No, we listen. But like, does the next generation, like, if a coach says, hey, you're in trouble, go run laps, can they even like tell them to run laps, or do they are they not allowed?
It all still happens. The only thing that's different is the kids watch like Charlie Kirk and George Floyd edits immediately after practice.
And they vape.
Yeah, they vape.
A lot more vaping.
Yeah. It's pretty close. We're close.
Because back when we were growing up, if you wanted to vape, you had to smoke cigarettes. And then if you played football, you're not smoking cigarettes. So then no one vaped.
Yeah, exactly.
There wasn't Juul yet.
There was nicotine. There was other nicotine.
There was
though.
dip, I guess, but there was no vaping going on when I went to high school. And now I think
didn't exist. Yeah.
Now I think everyone's vaping.
Yeah, there was no vaping in 1994 either.
So
you're
true.
You're like, yeah, they didn't invent the thing. Yeah, I know.
All right, well, let's get into the show.
Okay.
We have a lot to get to. Nice page of housekeeping coming up. Let's start with the Bill and Hillary Clinton story.
Bill and Hillary Clinton refused to testify in the House's Jeffrey Epstein investigation per the New York Times.
They just said, nah.
And is this the same one that they said, oh, we got doctor's appointments before the new year?
Yeah, last month they said they had a doctor's appointment and got an excuse and a doctor's note to get out of their assignment. And then this time they just said,
nah,
we're not actually doing it. Don't make us lie to your face.
Yeah.
We're not showing up.
All right. So what does that mean for us?
Well, it's very frustrating considering all of the people on our side who have gotten in big trouble for ignoring subpoenas. We have a Liz Wheeler tweet that sums that up.
Yeah, she said Steve Bannon jailed for refusing a congressional subpoena. Peter Navarro jailed for refusing a congressional subpoena. Bill Clinton refused a congressional subpoena today. Will he be jailed? Looking at you, Pam Bondi.
Yeah. And it makes you realize that no one on our side is above the law.
Yes.
No one's above
no one on the right wing is above the law. They need to amend
No one's
that.
above the law on our side.
Yes, I get that.
And that's what's unfortunate. And Pam Bondi doesn't do anything, as you guys know. But there is a theory that Hillary Clinton isn't even alive based on this tweet and this blurry picture of what looks like her. And then there's a picture of a shoe, one shoe on the ground.
Some Wicked Witch of the West imagery there, losing the shoe. It says, developing various internet reports and insiders claim U.S. Marshals Service is seeking proof of life for Hillary Clinton as rumors speculate whether Clinton has fled the country or secretly passed away.
So who knows? Maybe they're just waiting for the new clone to update.
You know, you have this way of doing podcast stuff where you're a normal guy.
Most unhinged
Schizo
thing you've ever
retard.
heard.
Yeah.
Normal guy.
It's an interesting choice. I guess it makes you a little impervious to lawsuits, though.
I think that's going to be the key because one day someone's going to maybe sue us and I'm going to say, look at all this insane shit I've said.
Yeah, that was just AI alien shit. That had nothing to do with real life.
Look at all the other stuff I said.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm in trouble for being so serious.
So what is Pam Bondi doing instead of arresting our people who, on the other side, who did the same thing as us? Is she at Restoration Hardware shopping for a new couch? Or
Maybe
what?
she's trying to get a Rayo's reservation.
Yeah, a Carbone. She's really trying to get into Carbone.
She's like, I'm the Attorney General.
Yeah.
Not one table?
Yeah.
Well, it's 9 tables. They're all...
It's a 4-top. I'm not asking you to move heaven and earth. Yeah.
She does nothing.
Yeah, and then this is kind of, we're in that dead zone where, like, if you didn't push back or, like, the first time she disappointed you, you weren't, like, vocal. Now is the time where, okay, 2 years have gone by. We're getting into that zone.
I remember saying...
It's like 2 years wasted if nobody steps up. Yeah.
I remember saying when the Epstein files were first coming out and she botched it, we need to get rid of Pam Bondi because down the road, something's going to happen where we're going to need a real attorney general to do something and it's going to be the same bimbo.
And we're more down the road than we've ever been, so.
And now it's over.
Yeah. Another thing, too, I recently read a headline. We don't have the assets for it, but it was about our party, the right wing, doing investigations on the NGO network and the donor network that the left has, because obviously they funnel money, give each other, government contracts and stuff like that. And a bunch of right wing mega donors kind of said, let's not, because they'll do something bad to us later.
And Pam Bondi said, okay.
Yeah, it's like, imagine if the roles were reversed and we keep doing this game and then the left doesn't imagine if the roles were reversed. They just step on the accelerator and then we go, oh no, we should take the high road or something.
I admire the left for that reason.
Me too.
They know how to wield power when they have it.
Oh yeah, they go crazy.
They don't care. Oh, we have another update, another letdown from Pam Bondi. Can you read that tweet, please?
Breaking: Trump DOJ will not take up any of Rand Paul's referrals to investigate Anthony Fauci, per the senator.
Thanks, Pam. Once again, this is how everyone gets really blackpilled, when people do treason and like crimes against humanity and blatant fraud or election fraud, and it compromises like our entire system, and then Pam Bondi literally does nothing. Like, that's how you get blackpilled quick. Because when they get back in power, we go to jail.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's going.
Both of us.
I can't flip on you. I
won't flip on you, but we're going to jail.
And we already have a system for when we're wearing a wire, where I go, Austin. And he knows I'm wearing a wire.
Yeah, but maybe we could be cellmates.
That'd be fun.
And we can still do the show. We'll turn the show into a written pamphlet, and then we'll get it out, and then you guys can we'll scan it and then put it on the internet.
All right.
You could read like the blog.
Stinky cell. Stinky 2-man cell. You're top bunk.
I like top bunk.
Okay. All right. Top bunk. The bitch takes the top bunk. The real motherfucker that takes the bottom.
That's me. We talked about Dan Bongino last episode and how we're kind of disappointed in what he did in the FBI, but now he's like a private citizen again, and he's just going back on Twitter and starting his podcast. Mm-hmm. And we actually found a tweet that sums up who he's been interacting with on Twitter.
Since Dan Bongino's return to X, he's only retweeted the following Zionists: Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, Mike Huckabee, Cat Turd, Babylon B, Eyal Jacoby, Misfit Patriot, Sean Farash, Will Chamberlain, whatever, a couple more.
We get it.
Yeah.
But Deputy Chief of the FBI, now he's doing Boomer Schlop gatekeeping stuff. And I think Boomers are going to go crazy for his show when it comes back. It probably will do very well. I think he'll probably be the #1 podcast.
Yeah, he has high ratings, for
Yeah.
sure.
And he'll talk about whatever he figured out. But the fact that he's becoming like this gatekeeper type is very frustrating.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Trump had an event. Where was this?
A Ford plant, I believe.
At a Ford plant. And then someone was yelling to him, and this is what he did. So they said, "You protect pedophiles." He just goes, "Fuck you."
Pedophile protectors, what someone yelled, some hicklib type. And Trump just said, "Fuck you," and then flicked him off. I kind of like that. Presidential
like that
decorum or something. Like, I don't really care. He didn't think the cameras were on. Fuck you. You heckle me? You get shit.
I kind of like that too.
Yeah,
and we were talking yesterday about like Trump and the way he does announcements. Like there's some times where he'll make like a really important announcement, like, "Oh, we're going to take out this world leader," and he'll just announce it to like the dairy farmers of America.
Yeah. He'll be like, "We're taking Greenland, possibly by force." And there's like the teachers union with like disabled kids in the background. I love that juxtaposition, right?
Yeah.
He's threatening people on like the random White House duty days.
I think that's so funny.
Yeah. So
It's always an opportunity.
Yeah, so he's still got the aura, you know?
And that's why the media team that follows him around, like the reporters, they have a very tough schedule because he can take questions at any time, night, day, early in the morning at a random event. So they always have to be kind of prepared and have their questions ready. Joe Biden, it would be like, "All right, next Tuesday, we're going to do something."
I know. There's a lid. At 10 a.m., there's a lid. We're calling a lid. But next Wednesday, I'm going to have a paper that tells me who to call on.
And I'm going to just read off of it.
And you know if you're getting a question or not.
All right, let's move on. We're going to get to some fraud stuff in the Somali migrant section, but this was an example of NGO fraud I thought was really important. I wanted to get it in the front of the show. This is in California. There's an alcohol program for homeless alcoholics where they give them shots of alcohol. And listen to how wasteful it was.
I did an article that posted today just highlighting one of these organizations in San Francisco, which is supposed to be providing free shots of alcohol to homeless alcoholics. And in 5 years, at $16 million a year, they've served 55 clients.
No, you're making that up. Wait, this is tax money, and it buys free shots of booze to street drunks.
Tax money.
Yeah.
NGO scam. They give free shots for alcoholic homeless people. They spent $80 million over 5 years, and in that time, they served 55 total people. Which is like a $1.5 million per shot.
Yeah, so that's like what? Avion, Casamigos, tequila, 19, like barrel-aged, 120-year-old shit?
Yeah, barrel-aged stuff from like 1800.
Yeah, from literal Abraham Lincoln's footlocker. But so this whole thing, we had to cut some of the beginning of the video, but it was talking about the $24 billion California spent on homelessness that just kind of went poof, right? And if you guys know an alcoholic, I'm sure some of you guys do, one thing an alcoholic can always do, find alcohol. They can get a shot on their own. This is like not a charitable thing that we need to do, right?
They help.
Yeah.
They make it easier.
They can fucking go and they're stealing if they're on the street, whatever. It's kind of like already built in. We don't need programs for anything. And then this is one of those programs where it's like the satire version of this is the same as the reality. We give shots to fucking drunks on the street.
I think the satire version is almost not as bad. Because the satire version would be, oh, we're giving shots of alcohol to homeless people. The reality is $80 million and we only gave 55 out.
Yeah.
That's like insane. And it's obviously the NGO scams like we've been talking about, taxpayer dollars. And then everyone in California always expects their taxes to go up.
I know.
You know, it's like, oh, taxes are going up again. Oh, there's a new tax on gas. There's a new tax on plastic bags. Oh, yeah, we have to. And then you look at all this waste. It's actually insane. They're trying to do a billionaire's tax now.
Yeah.
That's going to be like retroactively going back and like it's like a wealth tax for people that are billionaires from like years ago.
For unrealized gains, basically. For anybody who like IPOs or owns a ton of equity in a company. And so the tech oligarchs are now scrambling and they have to figure out a way to defeat that, I guess.
And you live in California and you go, oh, yeah, taxes go up every year.
Quality of life? Straight down.
Even steeper, brother.
Yep.
All right, let's get to our next story. This is about some voter roll discrepancies in Oregon. Can you read that, please?
Yeah, huge. After a Judicial Watch lawsuit, this is from Tom Fitton, Oregon Secretary of State announces he will now clean 800,000 names from voter rolls.
So that's good news, but if you look at what's been going on before this happened, 800K names coming off. There's 4.25 million people who live in Oregon. So that means 20% of the registered voters were fraudulent or should not have been on the voter rolls at all.
Should have been cleaned off earlier. Yeah.
But they're still in the system. I guess it's just an oops.
And it's just an oops, and that's why you have to get sued to get rid of it. Nobody just cleans up on their own. It's not like cleaning your room.
Yeah, that's like
you're grounded unless you clean your room is basically the extent of this.
And that shows kind of behind the curtain a little bit, because in a normal world it would go, oh, these old names, yeah, we'll take those off.
Yeah, that can't help us.
Of course,
that's scary.
We have to be fair.
Yeah, imagine if China got a hold of these names.
Yeah,
and it's like, no, it's not China. It's just pack mule people doing drop-off ballots who only go for one side. Right.
Exactly. It kind of gives you a peek.
And then Oregon, just in general, right? Like we've had that kind of Eastern Oregon thing where they want to go to become Greater Idaho this whole time. You know that?
Yeah.
How they want to secede. And then you find out like, oh, there's 800,000 people voting that are keeping me in here. It's like now you just can't leave energy, right?
Yeah, very true. And then in the election probably comes down to maybe a few dozen thousand, 10,000, 50,000 votes. Who knows?
More than that in Oregon for sure.
But 800,000, you'll never lose an election if you have those.
Yeah.
And then we have another story from Michigan. Can you read that, please?
Michigan clerk says 239 aliens were found in his county's jury pool in just 4 months. So 239 illegal aliens, one county, 4 months.
On jury duty.
Yeah, which means you're usually registered to vote.
Which means you're registered to vote. And it's actually not surprising if you look at America in 2026, like a jury of your peers.
Yeah.
It is. It's Somalis, illegals, trans folks, and white people on fentanyl.
50 million people are foreign born.
Yeah. So that's a jury of your peers. Oh, it's going to be a third illegal immigrants, like in real life.
And I think we covered recently that a lot of, I think it was like the Dearborn Police Department that had like some patch that was in Arabic. And people are becoming cops who aren't born in this country. We have foreign-born judges. We have foreign-born police. So there's a world where you could go to Michigan, get arrested by a cop who wasn't born in the country. You could see a judge who also wasn't born in the country.
And hates you.
And then the jury, one of the jury members also wasn't born in the country. So it's kind of like more urgent than ever that we lock in, because this type of shit, like, we're not a country, we're an economic zone if that sort of thing is happening.
Yeah, that's spooky stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we're into our migrant section now. We'll start with some good news, because we have so much negative migrant stuff. We might as well start with a win. Can you give that headline a read?
Yeah, for the first time in at least half a century, the U.S. experienced negative net migration in 2025, according to a new report. And we have the chart here of average daily net international migration by president, and Trump has a red line nicely.
Look at that Biden bar.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Biden...
they didn't even hide it.
We're swinging. Yeah, I think Biden had like 200,000 people a month maybe, and that's over the course of 48 months. And I think that number's low.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the thing, is part of this is a rubber band effect. Like, all this shit just happened. Like, yeah, there was Heart Cellar and the slow bleed, but the real bulk majority of the bad shit just happened in 4 years. It's kind of crazy. And so
very crazy.
This is good news, but sometimes we're a little down on not getting enough. Right?
Yeah. And what happened, I think, was they were expecting Hillary Clinton to win, and they were just going to continue the plan.
Or Kamala, yeah.
I'm talking 2016.
Oh, okay.
And then Trump won, so it's kind of like, oh, shit, he fucked up our 20-year plan. We got to make up for it Biden's in, he's a retard. Let's just load it up and he won't even notice. And he's not like fully in on it. He's just like a retard puppet.
Yeah.
Let's just make it egregious and do the best we can. And if he goes down for it, whatever, we don't even like him.
Yeah, let's do 10 years of our plan in 4 years worth.
Yeah, because who knows what's going to happen. Trump's back in. Now we're trying to reverse it.
I get that.
There was a halt on visa processing from 75 countries.
Yeah, U.S. halts visa processing for 75 countries. The State Department will pause all visa processing starting January 21st, 2026 for those 75 countries while it reviews screening and vetting procedures aimed at preventing applicants likely to become public charges.
And we have some of the countries: Somalia, Russia, Afghanistan, Brazil, Iran, Iraq, Egypt, Nigeria, Thailand, and Yemen.
Yep.
Not India.
No India. And there's only one country that kind of has an entire cottage industry of visa scamming, and that's India. And so we're disappointed in that, but it's like a right direction, but not good enough. And so obviously the wrong direction would be if Kamala or Joe Biden was still in power. And so we're way better than that, but we're just not getting that final leg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the problem. Let's get into our Minnesota stuff. We're going to start with a clip that went pretty viral. It's like this fight clip. We have a guy with the American flag, and he's getting harassed. And before we play it, some people online were saying, like, oh, he threw the first punch. Mm-hmm. When the guy has the bullhorn with the siren right in your ear, I've been to protests a lot. They used to do that to us. It actually, it's assault.
I think so, too.
It hurts so bad, and it can blow your eardrums. So I think it does count as assault. Watch how this fight goes down. See, they put it right in his ear.
It's little kid shit. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
He's just not used to no repercussions. He thinks he's tough. He's LARPing.
Yeah.
Right in his ear. That hurts. That hurts bad. And then the guy has had enough, and he just basically says, all right, let's go. Instantly knocks him out. And then he's throwing punches. Look at this guy who comes, another guy. Look at this guy who comes flying in. All right, you're down to fight? You're knocked out too. These guys come flying in like they're ready to fight, and no one knows how to fight. And then here comes the guy in the jacket who got knocked out first. He's throwing his gloves down like, all right, it's on. And he has no business
slept him
being out there. He's asleep now.
The guy
he's walking back like, all right, now it's on. Let's do this. Knocked out immediately.
Yeah, and that guy was like a video game character, the guy where he just knows one move and it's the uppercut. But yeah, it's fun. It's good to see. And if they're disorganized and they approach people one by one, you get knocked out. You're a leftist. I don't know.
And it's pretty interesting because like these people who are protesting, they're the ones who want to escalate with ICE, and they are the ones who want to ruin our country with migrants. Mm-hmm. And like they're like the weakest people in society, and it's like the weak men creating hard times. They don't do well in hard times, these people.
I know. Like
they are creating weak time. The weak people are creating hard times. They don't even realize what they're standing for. And if those hard times fully come in, they're the first to go. Like that's cannon fodder or whatever they call it.
Yes, totally.
Those are like the weakest people who don't have any survival skills. Mm-hmm. So it's so ironic that like they're the ones ushering in the hard times because they're the weakest ones.
Yep.
We have a ICE agent interaction here where this ICE agent gets assaulted a few times. So this person comes in,
tries to keep him down.
Yep.
Tries to trip him. Some lady
with the mask.
And then he switches to attack her.
So it's basically like once you touch the ICE agent, they just turn they turn to you. So that's what they're up to. They're getting physical with these people. That was a lady with the mask on ICE.
Isn't that so weird? And the ICE guy has guns. He's got taser. He's got pepper balls. He's got rubber bullets. And you're kicking? You're a lady kicking an ICE agent.
And they also have like jurisdiction. They have like the ability to do whatever they want. They have like their own set of rules. They have the ability to arrest you. So it's kind of crazy. And then there was an ICE car that was vandalized and broken into. We have the clips of that here in the background. And then they found some documents within the car that gave away like their plans, where they're staying hotel-wise.
Printed out shit.
So
Yeah.
they got they got the ICE documents that doxed a bunch of the people. They got some badges.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. So they are going hard, and this is one of those things where if you allow lenience in any way, it's going to just backfire more. It's like, lenience in terms of letting these people kind of vandalize, raid cars, whatever. They're just going to do it more. They're going to become emboldened. And so it's one of those things you need to nip in the bud and kind of clamp down on. So I hope we see a little bit of an overreaction.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And then, like we mentioned in the intro, the protesters are now very suspicious of anyone with an SUV. So they're checking papers to make sure you're not ICE.
Here you go. Yeah, like I said, I don't have to do this. I'm happy to do this. That's all. We just got to stop this.
So he's got a lot of camera equipment. I think we can say this isn't ICE.
Yeah, I'm not. I tried to tell the First Lady, nobody believes me. That's all I can do is tell you.
I thought they were against checking for papers.
Yeah, you get it. Who are you? Where are you from? You answer to us.
Open your car. Where are you going?
Everything they're against, but as long as it's them, their side doing it, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, which shows that they don't really even have the values they claim to have. They just don't like us.
They're just protecting Somalis. They hate ICE. They don't care. The tactics aren't the issue. And then I want to reiterate, this whole thing, ICE in the streets of Minneapolis, some people, I think Joe Rogan gave a kind of cucked take where he was like, man, this militarized shit, smoking a joint or something. But this whole thing, remember, we are only in there doing raids like this because of sanctuary city and state policies. They don't cooperate with us. So we go door to door. They don't release people into ICE custody after they get arrested on their DUI from 12 Modelos. They don't do it after they raped a child. And so that's why we're in there. So you can't lose sight of that. We showed you all the Laotian child rapists last week. And so
it's not Trump being mean.
Yeah, so it's don't raid us, but we're not going to tell you who's here. They want everything. They want their cake and to eat it too and to be left alone. And no, we're not going to do that. We had 73 million people vote for this?
Yeah.
Or some version of it. So you can't determine the rules of engagement and tell us when to engage, right?
Very true.
So it's a weird little thing.
Good point, Richard.
Yeah.
Next, we have a clip from Mayor Jacob Frey. This is what he says about the ICE occupation.
Imagine if that city or that town was suddenly invaded by thousands of federal agents that do not share the values that you hold dear.
Thank you.
Close. Close, but it's not the federal ICE agents that are there temporarily. It's the Somalis who are here in way larger numbers and stealing all of our money.
Invaders who do not share our values? Thank you, Jacob Frey. Based. There were 20 million of them under Joe Biden. That's crazy. So they use the language, they have the same language and the same tactics, checking papers, raiding a car, calling them invaders, but it's just for the other side. Yeah. It's all the same shit, but they just have a totally backwards different belief.
That's so true. He's very close. It would be a problem if people invaded your town and didn't share your values, but not when it's Somalis. Yep. I guess that's the future of America.
They're exempt. They're exempt from invader status, right?
Mm-hmm. And when you look at the protesters and what they're protesting compared to the ICE members and who they're deporting, it gets a little dark because the protesters are basically supporting the people getting deported. And we have a list here of some people and their crimes they committed.
Yeah, this is just the Venezuelans. One of them got shot. These were the people who caused kind of that flare up again. Just criminals from Venezuela. I'm not going to read. Giving a false name to an officer, different stuff like that. People who had been detained, released, and then issued a deportation order. And they're the ones fighting back. We're not going to read every single one.
It's Venezuelan criminals.
Yeah.
That's who they're looking out for.
People who came after Venezuela emptied their jails. And then they're giving you fake names and shit.
And then they think they should live here in Minnesota.
That's who a white woman will kick an ICE officer for.
Venezuelan criminals.
Nice priorities.
And then we have 3 clips coming up. It's going to be Sri Thanadar, Ilhan Omar, and then what's her name? Jaya Patel?
Pramila Jayapal. We have 3 foreign-born members of Congress.
And listen to the statements they're making.
The majority of Americans across the country, regardless of political party, know that immigrants from all over the world, Somalia, India, wherever they're from, Latin America, Africa, that immigrants have built this country and make this country what it is today.
You know what country was built by Somalis? Somalia. And that country sucks. And then they might go, no, it doesn't suck. It's great. Then why do they need to be here?
Yeah. It's called a failed state. It's literally like by UN definition, a failed state. Born in India, by the way, Pramila. Let's move to someone born in Somalia, see what they're saying about this.
I am glad to announce that the Congressional Progressive Caucus has adopted an official position to hold ICE accountable. Our caucus members will oppose all funding for immigration enforcement in any appropriation bills until meaningful reforms are enacted to end militarized policing practices.
So no one's really surprised here that the brown foreigners want to get rid of our immigration standards.
Let's head right over to Sri Thanadar, see what he says.
ICE is beyond reform. ICE is totally out of control. And this week, I intend to introduce a bill to abolish ICE. We need to make ICE go away.
Go away this week, ICE. He's moved on from Pete Hegseth.
We need to make ICE go away.
Yeah.
And it's like blatant. And basically the plan, as you guys know, is they're going to bring all these foreigners here. And then once you get them in the voting blocks, you'll vote ICE out. You'll vote for all the free shit that the taxpayers pay for. And it sucks because these people, they accuse us of being hateful and being racist or whatever. They hate our ancestors. They hate us. They hate our religion. And they hate our culture.
Yeah.
And then we get called hateful for when we say, hey, why are these people coming here? And they go, oh, what do you hate foreigners? You're xenophobic. They hate us, and they're planning on changing our entire country.
And all they want to do is bring in more of their countrymen. It's just literally too on the nose. It's just such a black and white issue. A Somalian representative really just looks out for Somalians. An Indian representative really loves Indians. It's easy shit, and this is, again, parody.
Yeah.
We need to stop ICE completely, said the person who is barely here on potential visa fraud. What the fuck are you guys talking about? So that's why it's such a right now issue, because there is a tipping point that eventually happens, and we can't outvote the brown horde.
And then the Jayapal lady, she was saying, she listed all the immigrants that built America. Mm-hmm. She didn't mention Europe.
No.
And the Europeans are the ones who actually built America. The Chinese built the railroads, but I don't even count that.
Some of them.
And I don't even count that because the money man and the engineers built the railroads. If the Chinese weren't hired to do that, they would have dug ditches for someone else.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's there's this thing of who built this country? It's the people who planned it, engineered it, and paid for it, built it. The people who screwed in the bolts and carried the lumber. Mm-hmm. That's not building anything. That's like a dime a dozen, low skill,
cheap labor. You were the cheapest labor at that time. Yeah,
there's
you could
this
basically
weird thing.
slavery you. You don't speak English. Those Chinese, they got worked.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
But I give them credit too.
They don't complain.
They don't complain, and they don't talk about reparations or anything. And I give them credit. If you're a child of a railroad worker from China who kind of made it, welcome, enjoy. Yeah. They don't do scam number shit. They have no ties back to China anymore. They're not saying, oh, change your resume to this, and then we do a secret job listing where only you find it. We post it in an obscure newspaper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bring more Chinese here.
Yep.
But the fact that she's listing all of the immigrants that built America, and you mentioned the Somalis who came here, 30 years ago? And then you don't mention Europeans who actually built America, it just shows that it's an anti-white thing.
Yeah, and then the Somalis, clearly anything they've... Say the Somalis built $20 billion worth of stuff between 1991 and now, which obviously they fucking didn't. They nuked it all to zero with all the scamming. Yeah. As an aggregate group, they're a net negative by so fucking much that to hear her say that, and isn't it crazy what they do? Just lie? Just say made up shit, basically?
That feels good.
I know. You can say whatever you want. And if you're, this is where what people say, like, people who get into politics are sociopaths. Like, she didn't feel anything. She would pass a lie detector test saying that. That's how fucking sick she is.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
Exactly.
All right, our next clip is an explanation of how the daycare fraud works. And this is very insightful. It's a bunch of words, but maybe Rapboy can read it.
Oh, brutal. Thanks. Fuck me, right?
Yeah.
So you are Somali in Washington State and you have 4 children. Your Somali sister lives right next to you with her 4 children. You tell Washington State you are an in-home child care provider. Your sister tells Washington State she is also an in-home child care provider. Both you and your Somali sister now apply for state-paid child care because you are both working. Now, are you ready for this? You and your sister are approved for state child care. Your qualifying job is being a child care provider to your sister's children. Your sister's qualifying job is being the daycare provider for your children. Washington State pays in-home child care providers between $24 and $33 an hour per child. I'll show the math. That equals $768 per day. Now you work 5 days a week taking care of your sister's kids while she works taking care of your kids. That equals $3,840 per week. Now there is, by state standards, 4.2 weeks per month. So that equals $16,000 per month paid to watch your sister's kids by the taxpayers of Washington State. And before you scream, you can't receive state-paid childcare because you would be over income. You are now a private business. You deduct your home costs, food for children, car payments, insurance, and more.
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
There's a weird thing where a lot of leftists go, wait, I thought they don't work, but they're scammers and they don't work. And it's like, yeah, it's like they toe the line to get the maximum amount they can.
They do both.
Yeah, they do whatever the fuck they can to make money from you doing the least amount of work.
And we have another example here. This is from Columbus, Ohio, where there's a lot of Somalis as well. And this daycare only accepts welfare.
And if I just fill this out, I can bring it back today?
Yeah, you actually take it to the welfare?
Yeah. Can I pay privately? Like with cash, US dollars? Or is it only welfare?
Yeah, we just take it to welfare.
Okay, what if I don't have welfare? Okay, yeah, let me know. Because I don't know if I'll qualify for welfare. Thank you.
So they only take welfare.
You see the brain trust there?
Imagine dropping your kids off to these people.
2 fucking idiots. Oh, it makes me sick, guys. It makes me sick.
It's very frustrating. And then we have another example here. This is from St. Cloud. Can you give that a read, please?
Yeah, another anecdotal story. I keep thinking about my friend's parents who had a shop downtown in St. Cloud. I'm not sure if they've retired yet. Their daughter told me that a group of 6 to 12 Somali men would stand in front of brick and mortar stores downtown and intimidate customers trying to enter. Eventually, the store loses enough business and closes within a month, Then within a month, a Somali business occupies the space. They use similar criminal tactics for other parts of society. With bars and grills, they call the police repeatedly until the place loses its license. Within a couple months, a mosque opens there. As far as I'm concerned, there are no methods harsh enough to remove these people.
It's very disheartening.
Low trust, scammy, just Somali type shit. You know, it's basically like a light version of the mob.
Yeah.
And you know what the FBI and federal agents did to the mob, right?
They rounded them up.
They crushed it. They did RICO. It was like a whole thing that had to be done. Same thing needs to happen here, except these people don't even belong here. They need to go back.
Yeah, at least the mob was American.
I don't care what scam. They were Italian. They were kind of a little third.
Well, that doesn't count as white. We have a last example from our little mini fraud section. This is from Irving, Texas.
Remember this map that shows a significantly larger amount of H-1B visas here in Texas than anywhere else in the country? Well, this is Chand Paravanthanini. He's an immigration lawyer here in Dallas, Texas, and as of 2024 has approved over 400,000 H-1B visa applicants, and as of 2025 has approved over 700,000 H-1B applicants in Texas. Now you're probably asking yourself, where do these people work? Do they work at places like this? Cute little 4-bedroom, 3-bath houses that are registered to 66 H-1B applicants? They apparently run a tech company out of this house. This isn't just happening in Irving. It's happening in Irving, Plano, Las Colinas, Frisco, McKinney, Prosper, and more. because North Texas has been completely overrun and overtaken by both Muslims and Indians.
Not good. And that one guy,
Yeah.
he approved 1 million of them.
It's like Genghis Khan, all his kids. He gave his seed everywhere, and now Texas became India.
And in 2 years, he approved over 1 million H-1Bs.
That's why we need that visa halting thing to 75 countries. We have to look at India, guys. I don't give a fuck what it breaks or what happens. We need to work without India.
Yeah. And then Rat Boy and I were talking about this morning, the third worldification of America.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that kidnappings, you think
Oh,
like kidnappings and like ransoms are going to be increasing in the next few years?
Yeah, so that was kind of not, we're moving on from Indians and Somalis. That's more of a Latin America thing. Kidnapping and then demanding ransom, and then nobody goes to the police because like you kind of know who runs the neighborhood or something. That's a prediction I want on the books. Kidnappings, I think they're going up, the third worldification.
If I ever get kidnapped, don't pay.
I'm not paying anything.
I'll get out.
Okay.
Especially if it's pay with my own money.
Uh-huh. You want to save that?
Don't pay.
Okay. What money? It's all sitting in your driveway. It's all fucking stupid 90s cars.
And it protects you from getting kidnapped. They'll call and go, oh, bring us $100,000. And you go, buddy, it's going to take months to sell these cars. Do you want these 90s V12 cars? And they'll go, yeah.
Yeah.
They actually will say
They
yes.
might take 'em,
because
yeah.
the cars are sick.
Yeah. All right.
All right. We have our final story from our migrant section. This is from Maine. There was a shooting a few years ago.
2023, the Lewiston, Maine shooting where that guy went crazy, shot up a bowling alley and like a bar restaurant after that.
And the Somali somehow scammed that.
What do you think happened here?
They raised money for nonprofits on the backs of 18 people who were murdered, 13 people who were shot, and 136 people who escaped their attempted murder. They used that to raise money for nonprofits.
This as his nonprofit received the $65,000 from the Lewiston Victims Fund when survivors like Jennifer Zenka, shot twice, received a mere $32,000 and couldn't pay for her surgeries. Take a listen.
It didn't really hit me and really upset me until I was in a position with a $93,000 hospital bill that I couldn't cover.
They stole all the money.
Not all of it. After accepting $6.6 million in donations made for the benefit of the victims' families and survivors, the MCF distributed just $4.7 million to those individuals. The remaining $1.9 million went to NGOs, many of them politically connected, and many of them involved in the nebulous world of migrant services. So this is just another example of A, Somali scams, and B, your charity never goes to the fucking result. Your charity gets siphoned off by a middleman, and I'm just gonna say it again. Direct giving, find someone who needs something. I know that's a little harder, but otherwise you're helping fucking Somalis get to Maine when you thought you were helping a shooting victim.
So bad.
And I'm gonna say this guy's name, Steve Robinson, at Steve Rob on Twitter. He's the one who has been writing about this on Substack, and he was kind of early on this. I think he's located in Maine. He works for the Maine Wire. So, give him a follow.
Yeah, he's been doing good work on this stuff. For sure. So that's not good. All right, we're on our final page of housekeeping where I can say whatever I want. Use that opportunity to tickle the post, help us juice the algo, leave a like, comment again, then start yapping. P.O. Box notification, old episodes, link to this episode in the group chat. Actually send it to the group chat.
Okay.
Because we want everyone to watch. This is a good episode. All right, first, we have someone talking about how AI will trigger a human renaissance. Can you give that tweet a read, please?
The AI bubble will accidentally trigger a human renaissance. Here's what will happen between now and 2030. Phase 1, 2026 to 2027. Everyone automates everything. Productivity goes through the roof. We celebrate never having to think again. Phase 2, 2028 and 2029. Mass digital burnout. People realize they've outsourced their cognitive abilities. Depression rates spike because nothing feels earned anymore. Phase 3, 2030 and beyond. The pendulum swings hard in the opposite direction. Outdoor experiences become the new luxury. Manual skills and human connection become premium. We start valuing struggle and effort again. The faster we rush toward full automation, the faster we'll crave what makes us fundamentally human faster.
That sounds pretty accurate. And also, if that happens the way he says, the 90s Mercedes collection is going to look pretty smart soon.
Yeah, okay. Back to that, yeah.
Because I was talking to some car guys, I may have even said this on the show, everything's like a hatchback gay SUV crossover thing.
Totally.
And it's like self-driving, and you can't even change lanes without putting a blinker on anymore.
Yeah.
And it beeps and it shakes and it tries to re-steer your car. Having an analog little rocket ship from the 90s, that's going to look real smart in a few years.
That's premium. That's premium shit. Except one of your cars I was in recently, and it was beeping at me for not having the seatbelt on. And it had to be one of the first years that they added that feature. And I am pissed at that. That needs to be disabled.
Yeah, it has to be disabled. Okay. All right, next, this is kind of following the AI trend that's coming, and this lady makes a joke about it.
Yeah. The only jobs left after the singularity: podcaster, degenerate gambler, vibe coding influencer, black market Chinese peptide dealer, Etsy witch. There's a few.
That's kind of true too.
I think we're good, I guess. I guess we're good. I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of podcast, Amy Poehler, Good Hang with Amy Poehler wins reward.
She wins Best Podcast at the Golden Globes over the last weekend. She just started this. I think she's on episode like 45 or 50 or something like that.
Never even knew about it.
And I think she's high up on the charts, but it's so funny because the Golden Globes gives Best Podcast Award, and then like there's 5 top podcasts, or at least 10 podcasts above her. Like Joe Rogan, not even nominated. You know, the people who are real big podcasters who've been doing it for 10 years, they just give it to someone who's like also loosely in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's very weird. They know that podcasts are eating their lunch a little bit in terms of like total entertainment consumed, but they just give it to the lady who used to be on TV. I don't really get it. It's pretty Hollywood.
Yeah, it's very Hollywood. And there's a tweet that came with it that I thought really summed it up as well.
Yeah, this person said, I don't even hate normies so much it's unreal anymore. It's like there's a separate reality they exist in that's alien and irrelevant to me and everyone I know. The cringe soy-lennial bitch actress from Parks and Rec has a fake corporate-sponsored podcast. Wow, best of the year.
It's true. There's like a different reality that the left side lives in.
Yeah.
That I don't even try to understand. Like I understand it, but I don't even like want to explain our side and hear their side. They're just retarded.
Yeah.
And they live in a different reality, and they see the same events we see, and they just see it in A and we see it in B.
Yeah,
it's the same.
I don't want to be too like randomly mean to Amy Poehler or whatever, but like, did you think you deserved it? Probably not, right? She probably felt almost uncomfortable about it.
You're the best podcast ever.
You just started 16 weeks ago. You're the best podcast of the year forever. It's like, she knows it, but yeah, I don't know. It's not something to get angry about. It's just like, everywhere you look, it's like a little Hollywood thing, or they take care of their own.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's honest anymore. Everything's cooked. Everything's some sort of fraud or scam or inside job. You know what I mean?
I do.
So,
all right, next we have a picture.
I don't like being too mean to like an individual. Like Amy Poehler, I'm sure she's a nice lady. She's had a long career.
She's a nice lady. She was funny on Parks and Rec.
She's made me laugh before, right?
She's made me laugh. Parks and Rec was a good show.
Yeah, it was.
All right, next we have a picture of Elon and Ted Cruz. What's going on with Elon's face?
You're just making me show an AI fucking image, man.
Is that AI?
And there's furries back there. This is fucking made up, man. Okay. Elon doesn't look like that.
All right, good.
You okay, Boomer?
I'm just making sure.
All right.
I'm just checking in and making sure Elon doesn't actually look like that. Rat Boy reassured us. We're all good. We can move on. Okay. Can you read that tweet?
New gambling is now the second fastest growing industry in the United States in terms of GDP growth.
Crazy. But not that crazy. I mean, of course, I'm surprised it's not number one.
Yeah, what's number one? OnlyFans?
Probably.
AI, maybe?
Yeah. But yeah, that is going to continue to grow. And I saw a funny tweet. It says, got a buddy who is praying for World War III so he can win $390 on Polymarket.
Dark.
That is very dark. Next is a picture of Rat Boy from a few years ago. There's that new trend, 2016, and then people show a picture from 2016. And we found one of Rat Boy from 2016 before we started working out.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah, I accept it. Who does this? You brush everything? You button the polo to the top and you start brushing everything?
A lot of brushing.
And then you have open grinder. What's next? You open grinder? All right.
That's true.
Okay.
And then our last clip from the final page is a tip for pain relief from the CIA.
Did you know, and I learned this when we were going through our situation, that if you're in pain, if you say the words 555 1212. It's like 55512. 555. If you repeat that in your mind, your pain receptors will take away the pain, like for a headache. And I thought to myself, I was like, damn, how do they?
Say it again?
Like, there's a number that you have to repeat, 55512, 55512. You have to constantly repeat it and think of you saying the number, and it takes away the pain wherever the pain is. And I thought, this is all from the CIA. Like, and I'm thinking, damn.
Sound like a sex hotline.
Yeah, it's like.
You know that?
No.
You got to try it.
No.
I have a headache right now.
All right.
55512, 55512, 55512. I'm imagining myself saying it. I'm seeing the numbers.
Should have done it before the show, brother.
I feel better.
Oh, okay.
I'm feeling good. Well, that's the end of housekeeping. We're now moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right, our first story from Cringe. This guy is showcasing his outfit for the first day of school. And he's got this whole setup. He's got the trinkets and the jewelry. He's pretty much wearing everything he's got, I think.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, obviously it takes like 4 hours to do this.
Uh-huh.
What do you do tomorrow, the next day?
There's nothing. Yeah, you go back sweatpants and a t-shirt.
You have to run it back.
Yeah.
It's like the special first day of school outfit. And I was kind of trying to extrapolate with this. It's kind of like merging computer world and real world, where he's basically making himself into like a Fortnite skin.
Yeah, an avatar of some kind.
Like this is his human avatar, and he's creating it any way he wants, and it's like more computer than it is real life.
Yeah, it's so funny. In the first day of college, I guess, is what this person said. And how do you make friends like this? In college, you're like, uh-oh, shit, new environment. I'm away from home. Got to get a friend group. Got to get a rock solid friend group ASAP. And then, after a couple months, I'll determine who my real friends are within that group. And then we might break off, form our own circles.
Yeah.
This guy's just dooming himself to be in the misfit group of everybody who walks into the lunchroom with their tray going, uh-oh, like a Disney Channel sitcom.
He gets a lot of attention.
Yeah.
But no one really wants to hang out with him. Yeah, normal people, you got an Eagles shirt on. Are you from Pennsylvania?
Hey, are you a rodeo clown?
Hey, are you a rodeo clown?
Okay, I'm gonna go with that guy who's also from Indiana. Me and him are both from Indiana. We're gonna go talk.
Yeah.
We both played baseball.
The rodeo clown. That's so true. We had a guy like that in our college, and his name was the Sun God. And he would wear like this headpiece and this white mask and a black cloak. And no one really, I never saw him in a class,
Nobody
but he would
unmasked
just
him.
haunt campus.
Yeah.
But then towards the end, I think we started we didn't hang out with him, but people started hanging out with him.
Yeah.
I think he's still there.
Yeah, he's kind of like a weird guy, weird life trajectory. And then this person too, there's a weird thing where people just go to college, right? You just go to college. That's the next thing you do. This guy spends maybe 4 hours getting this whole outfit and makeup ready. You don't need to go into debt or take out a student loan or do anything or have your parents pay, whatever it is. Just go find a theater department somewhere and start working in the costume section.
Yeah, go be a costume guy.
You're not going into finance or accounting or sociology. You like stupid dress up. Just go do that.
That's so true.
Sometimes people don't recognize where they're going.
That's a very good point. Because now you're going to have this stupid outfit on and be $200,000 in debt, and now you're just an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets way worse that way. At least you could wear the stupid outfit and go, I didn't even go to college. I'm just a psycho.
All this shit cost like $2,200.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to our next story. They made a Barbie autistic Barbie.
The first autistic Barbie doll is part of the Fashionistas line. The doll features flexible joints for stimming, which is a term for hand flapping or similar gestures that some people with autism use to express excitement or process sensory information. The Barbie comes with a fidget spinner, noise-canceling headphones, flat shoes, a flowy skirt for less fabric to skin contact, and a communication tablet to reflect various autistic experiences. Mattel has previously released dolls with Down syndrome, type 1 diabetes, blindness, vitiligo, hearing aids, and prosthetic legs.
Comes with flexible joints for hand flapping and then the headphones.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be buying this.
Oh, of course.
Because this is part of a collection. I have the vitiligo Barbie, the guy with the skin disorder.
Two-tone.
And I also have Black Wheelchair Santa from Target. I'm collecting all these things because I think in the future, if hopefully things go our way and the world gets more normal, they're going to stop doing this.
Maybe.
And then that's going to become rare and like highly collectible. And who's going to be the guy with all the stuff?
I think Barbie in general just has to do one of these a quarter. It's like one freak a quarter, and we get it in the news.
Mm-hmm.
We get some people to react to it. We get suckered into reacting to it. But my main thing with this is autistic Barbie. What, for the autistic kid, right? And then if you're an autistic kid, someone hands you a Barbie, you probably want to be Superman or something. You don't want to do the same autistic shit you're doing every day with the Barbie. It's like escapism, and then it's like, okay.
Rocking up and down.
Imagine playing with your Barbies, and then like you have the wheelchair Barbie, and you have like a big playhouse, and it's like, there's no ramp on this castle. And then autistic Barbie's going like this.
And wheelchair Barbie can't go on the boat.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a crazy world they're developing. And then this Barbie has a skin issue. I don't know, man. I don't get it. And then here we have you as autistic Ken.
Yeah, there's autistic Ken. He's got bite marks on his hand.
Yeah, that's from a show watcher.
For when he gets mad.
Yeah. He slaps himself.
Yeah.
When a car gets sold that he wanted, he slaps himself.
Yeah, where the coins go down.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty interesting. Highly collectible. Real collectibles. Go get yours while you still can.
Yeah.
Next, we have some new quarters that were minted with people on the back that you definitely do not recognize.
Yeah, it's like just a women's appreciation, but like historically insignificant women almost. Here's Juliette Gordon-Lowe. Have you ever heard that name before in your life?
No. And I'm very well read. Yeah. I'm a very sophisticated guy, and I've never heard of that person in my life.
Yep. And then there's another one, Stacey Park Milburn, Disability Justice, and she's on the quarter with her wheelchair. And these are active right now. You can get these as change. And this is one of those things that probably snuck by the Trump administration. The group who was working on them just going like, keep your head down, don't draw attention.
I would throw it away if I got it.
At the mint.
And then here's a highlight of that woman in the wheelchair that you mentioned. Here's something that she stands for.
Ableism and racism and classism and heterosexism and all forms of oppression like really work together to, keep people out.
Get her a Barbie.
So she just says everything, racism, sexism. She lists off every little victimhood thing. That's the type of person who gets put on a quarter. And this woman, I think, died or something, so that's probably the justification. She had some sort of cancer or something.
But when you think about who should be on the quarter, first is George Washington.
Yeah.
And then who's next one up? That lady.
Ben Franklin needs to be on more stuff.
Yeah.
Not the wheelchair lady who, her big claim to fame is a blog, being queer, getting North Carolina to institute Disability Awareness Month, and being an advisor for Obama, and they put her on the quarter.
I'd rather Joey Chestnut be on the quarter before that woman.
Joey Chestnut absolutely double-barrel gulleting 2 hot dogs?
Or like a plate of
That's
hot dogs.
American. And that's apolitical, too.
The Coney Island hot dog eating contest, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
So true. So true.
But I never even heard of that lady.
So that's just like my friend. My friend put me on. I'm a liberal. I'm friends with her. Let's get her.
And that's the thing. We have people in power that are just hooking up their side.
Yeah.
And that comes in all different forms. And actually, this next story kind of falls under that umbrella as well. This fat pig wrote an article about Scott Adams, but because she's on one side, she's able to frame it in her way.
Yeah, Scott Adams, disgraced Dilbert creator, dies at 68. The guy's dead. You know?
And then can you read the line underneath it?
Dilbert was pulled from wide circulation after Adams' racist rant in 2023.
So it's like the guy dies. He has like a very accomplished career. And you say, disgraced Dilbert cartoonist. And the first line is, Dilbert was pulled.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks. And this is the pig who wrote it.
Yeah, she looks like you if you shaved your beard, brother.
And that's not good for her.
That's not good for her or for you.
That's an insult to her more than me, though.
It's mutually assured destruction, but yes, she gets exploded even worse. But yeah, this is what I say, kind of a theme of the episode. It's like disgraced Dilbert creator. And then to us, it's beloved Dilbert creator. You know? He's just a good guy. Jacob Fry says, we're being invaded by federal agents. We say, we've been invaded by fucking migrants. Everyone has their own thing. And People Magazine, it's just like, okay, it's controlled by them. Okay, trash. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody uses kind of the same words or same rhetoric. And I was comparing it to, remember how Sean Hannity used to come on after Tucker and he'd start a sentence with, disgraced former FBI Director James Comey.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we just know who's saying what based on like who's disgraced or who's not. Just because you say disgraced Yeah, among your queer group of friends who's going to the Mets game.
Yeah.
We don't really listen to you, and you don't listen to us, and that's fine.
But that's kind of the theme of the episode. It's two sides living in the same world, seeing it completely different than each other.
Yeah.
It's very spooky stuff. Next, we have some people who are protesting the woman who was shot, and they're buzzing their heads in solidarity. She says Renee Cook. It's Renee Good.
She doesn't even get her name right, and she's shaving her head.
And she's crying, shaving her head. This is like this is how I buzz my head.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Just less mobility, right?
And
Less
then
range of motion for you?
And I leave spots in the back sometimes. And then I'll go out in public and people will go, "Did you just give yourself a haircut?" Yeah, you have a patch on the back you missed.
Yeah, you get the point. She makes it all the way to the end and she's bald.
And she's crying.
Sinead O'Connor, right?
And she's just showing that she's in control of her life, and then proof of that is the decisions she's making, and that's what she's doing with this full control of her life. She's buzzing her head.
She should get a tattoo next.
Yeah. And we have a clip from an account called Homath, which has gone very viral on Twitter. And he basically explains why women tend to do the buzzed head thing.
Please do this one. I really need to know. He's asking why women are shaving their heads over Renee Good. That is the woman who got terminally oppressed by ICE for defending Somali scammers, otherwise known as George Floyd. Here's the answer. The drawings are crappy in the interest of not making the videos take forever. So first of all, hair is a sign of fertility. Everybody loves women with long, healthy hair, and women with short and broken and messed up hair are disgusting. That's actually a sign of poor nutrition. So let's say it's ancient times and we're living in straw huts again. If these women are not being adequately provided for, their hair might break because of starvation. Okay, number 2, the police are like dad. You call them for help, and when they don't do what you want, then they're like mean dad. So when women express themselves politically by saying, "I want a pony and infinity Democrat votes," dad, the police, can either say, "Okay, sweetie, whatever you want," and then they say, "Hooray, I will continue to be a spoiled brat," and nothing changes. Or dad can say no, in which case he becomes mean dad, and then she removes the signs of her fertility. Withholding fertility is the primary weapon of the Foid. So removing my own hair means I'm withholding my sexuality because you didn't do what I want. Kind of like most marriages.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good breakdown. He does a good job, and he's got those funny pictures. That guy's definitely worth a follow.
For sure.
All right, moving on. Our next story, AI is getting very good in a bad way. You're now able to have like fake avatars that mimic your movements, and you can completely disguise yourself. The Indian guy on the bottom right is the real person, and then the woman on screen is the avatar he's being. So you can see him moving. This is going to trick a lot of Indian people.
Oh, yeah. Boomers, too.
Boomers, too.
Oh, and he likes it a little too much. He likes being a white woman.
Yeah, he does. And this is something to watch out for. Like, you can get scammed, and someone might say, "Hey, join this Zoom meeting, blah, blah, blah." The Zoom could be that. So just because you're seeing a person and hearing a person doesn't mean that they're not necessarily who they are. But there could be some hints, like if the hot chick you're talking to really likes chicken biryani.
Yeah, what's your favorite meal? Oh, my mom used to make this chicken biryani that cheeseburger.
Yeah, you must send to me Visa gift card.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's very true.
But yeah, the Indians are going to love this. The scammers are going to love this. And I think this might actually even lead to some of them tuning out. They start liking becoming the white blonde woman a little too much, and they start thinking of themselves as, I'm Alice now.
Yeah, the Indian guy's going to have to put stuff in his butt to entertain his clients.
I know. He's going to turn around and be like the VR, just going crazy.
And the face is just hating it. It's like... All right.
Which is something to watch out for, I guess.
It's something to watch out for, and it's also bad news for trans folks.
Podcasters?
Good.
Too?
Well, yeah.
No, like, I mean, you're going to start seeing more slop content like this where someone becomes someone else. And we're grandfathered in. You know we're real. So that's nice. All right. Thank you.
Real guy. He's
Thank you.
warm.
Thank you.
And it's not good news for trans folks.
Why?
Because guys pretending to be girls and they can look like a girl all the way.
Oh, yeah.
But the next trans folks we're going to highlight, or this next trans person we're going to highlight, is actually doing pretty well.
Yeah.
She says, "Men are hitting on me now."
Yeah, she, with that chin and those shoulders. She says men are hitting on her
She
now.
doesn't even need the AI filter.
Yeah.
Men are hitting on her now.
Yep.
Her.
What about that jaw, man? Like, why would you go trans? What about those shoulders? It's like like if you're a little twink, I get how you'd fall into the path.
You want guys any way you can get them.
You're already a bottom, maybe. You're a little twink.
Yeah.
But how does this guy, male swimmer physique, fall into this?
That's a great point. That is a swimmer physique.
And then
all tatted up too.
Well, and then that leads me to my other point is it's a porn. You can tell almost, and I'm speculating here, that it's a porn-derived transization. Because if you're a twink who becomes trans, it's like, okay, you fell where the chips fell. You went where you kind of the road was already going. This one, you got hijacked.
Yeah.
This was real porn, jerk off, anime stuff.
Yeah. Could be poison water situation too. It could be chemical.
Yeah.
It could be environmental. Maybe he did a bad circuit of gear in high school.
But the broad shoulders
never made testosterone again.
But the broad shoulders and the chin tell me that he kind of had testosterone.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is I've already eliminated chemical. This is 100% porn induced in my mind.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
If you were all fucked up from the lake that you get your drinking water from, you wouldn't have you'd be a little sunk into yourself.
Yeah, you'd have more estrogen.
So
that's a good point.
Just a theory.
Our final clip of Cringe. This woman shows us all the snacks she sneaks into the movie theater.
Here's what I sneak into the movies as a fat girl who's trying to be a little less of a big back and maybe also not pay $16 for popcorn.
So we're going to cut the audio because she uses a song, but big bag of popcorn, some sort of snack. Looks like some pumpkin seeds.
How long is the movie?
Lawrence of Arabia, 3 hours and 48 minutes. And she's got 10 kids.
Yeah.
Pepperoni.
Can't go 2 hours without pepperoni.
Carrots. Munching on
You
carrots.
eating all this shit? You have a picnic in the movies?
Yeah.
The
whole thing of Baby Bells. They were already in a bag, and she dumped them into a different bag. So she's just like adding plastic.
Are you
to
going
this
to eat
shit.
all of this shit in the movies? There's like a thing. We were talking about this before the show where people try to be healthier.
Yeah.
And they don't realize how many calories they're drinking. A protein shake,
And then
multiple protein shakes?
No, and then a weed drink. 5
And a
milligrams
weed
of THC and a protein thing. Yeah, there's a thing. And this lady's fat and she's struggling. And I think she kind of rage baits people online.
Working.
Yeah, I fucking hate this lady. And it disgusts me. I'm repulsed by it. And, but yeah, that's a common mistake. A lot of fat people who got fat because they were completely disconnected from diet and fitness and exercise, they start making a change where, I'll do this healthy substitution and that healthy substitution. And then you're doing a protein shake with 400 calories or something. And they get into this like, I'm going to eat, that's healthy, that's healthy, that's healthy, that's healthy.
You can eat as much as you want.
And they're all fucking so calorie dense or like cheese, like stuff that's not. They used to give Roman soldiers in their backpacks when they were going to conquer someplace, cheese, that thick bread and like meat, or milk. And they make these switches and then they just pig.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go, what? I made all these healthy choices.
And you think, well, it's healthy. You can eat as much as you want. And it's like nuts are very calorie dense.
Yeah. You should have had the Coke. You should have had the Coke instead of fucking a bag of pumpkin seeds and a protein shake. That's 900 calories, right?
Crazy. And she loads up that bag like she's going on like a 3-day hike.
Yeah.
Crazy.
She's seeing Lawrence of Arabia with 10 people. That's her plan. That's what the food tells me.
And it's a 2-mile hike there and a 2-mile hike back.
It's at 1,500 feet or 8,000 feet.
All right, well, that's the end of Cringe. We're now moving on to Urban Decay. All right, our first clip of Urban Decay is the one we mentioned in the intro. This guy steals a lawnmower and he's in a wheelchair.
Can I help you? Hey. 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 Hey, jackass. Bring my lawnmower back. Bring my fucking lawnmower back. Hey, bitch.
And he's out.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, maybe this is why the urban communities are in such disarray, because everyone's stealing each other's maintenance equipment.
I think so. That's why lawns are overgrown. Hedges are never trimmed. It's because they're all stealing and taking it to the pawn shop and nobody can actually maintain their property.
Yeah, but there is another way you can look at this. It's almost like motivational. Like his disability doesn't stop him from participating in black culture.
That's his destiny. He's born to steal, and he overcame a childhood illness to still steal your lawnmower. So pay your respects, brother. That's his destiny.
He's gonna hit his lick.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna stop him. That's actually pretty impressive. They should make a Barbie of him.
I think that's coming soon.
Black wheelchair thief Barbie.
Yeah.
Comes with an ankle monitor.
Comes with ankle monitor, the stolen wheelchair, and 2 baby mamas or something.
Missing
baby
teeth.
mamas sold separately, maybe.
I've seen people online, and even some show watchers have sent me stuff where if you have porch pirates, you like put your trash in a TV box. And then you leave it out front, like a bulky trash you can't really get rid of.
You put your old TV that's broken in the new TV's box and you leave it. And it's free trash removal.
And then they take it and they get home. By the time they're home, it's like, shit.
I think there's also room for an electronics company, like a high-end, maybe even Best Buy, to create like a fake bookstore or maybe a series of fake bookstores.
With the box?
To ship stuff in. Yeah, and obviously when it's a giant fucking 70-inch TV, you're not going to be able to fake that it's a book.
But you could do like a Barney Noble.
Yeah, exactly. Like Michael's Bookstore or something. And you just kind of have like several fakes and then they won't catch on and they won't steal it.
I already got the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah. Or Johnny's work boots, built to last.
That's pretty good.
So something.
All right. Speaking of ring cams, next we have a home invader commercial. And look who the perpetrator is.
Vivint makes your home smarter. And when you have Vivint and Reliant, they're smarter together. Because now, you can make your home smarter, protect your family, and track your energy savings, all in one place. So you can stay on top of everything. Inside and out.
Camera recording.
Smarter security, smarter energy, smarter home.
There you go.
Yeah, that's who's breaking in, the white college baseball player.
Yeah, the brown couple who's living in a $700,000 house.
Very high tech.
With full security, salsa dancing. They have a nice, handsome, good muscle definition guy just attempting the front door.
What was he going to do?
Break in and probably murder everybody. That's what white guys do, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And then the camera makes a little sound and then he has to cover his face and run off. He wasn't really planning this home invasion very well.
And here's a screenshot of the Instagram ad. 3 likes and 178 comments. I'm sure you guys know what was discussed. Hey, at least it wasn't a black man and a white woman as the family in home.
That's true.
We got a little bit of ground there.
It's interesting because you show this. I'm sure it's not that good of a conversion for home security. But if you showed a home security of an actual criminal on a ring cam, like breaking
it would scare you more. A real dirty dread motherfucker who you know? Yeah.
Exactly. Or if you showed like, here's a dirty dread motherfucker breaking into someone's house. Here's a dirty dread motherfucker getting to the door and then the ring cam scares him off, which I'm sure there's a clip of that somewhere.
Yeah.
You can actually probably sell more home defense stuff.
Yeah, their way of being politically correct actually takes away the true fear factor. Because we all know who's home invading. A black guy in like a Con Ed or like a fake power company vest who goes, hey, power company. Show the scariest moment you can.
Yeah, because if you show that, you go, the white guy coming to the door.
That doesn't even happen.
That's not that scary.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of a white guy coming to the door.
So you're actually spot on with that. I think it hurts their business because they're not honest.
But it feels good
to
make a little movie for a sec.
I don't know if it even does feel good. I think they just go, well, we have to.
You can't do a black criminal.
Can't do a fucking black guy.
Why not? They're the ones doing all the home invading.
I know.
What if we do Venezuelans with jammers?
Yeah.
Wi-Fi jammers.
That's so true.
Let's just do white guys. They're the only ones who don't get mad.
Because sometimes this is kind of like an old played out thing, the diversity, like the representation in commercials, movies, whatever. They just go, oh, we'll make him black or, oh, we'll make him this. And it's really no harm, no foul for the most part until you get to like black people in Lord of them Rings or black people in medieval England, right? The particularly egregious examples that actually hurt you. And this is one that definitely hurts.
Yeah, there you go. All right, our next story, we have an illegal drunk driver who's been cited multiple times, killed people from drunk driving, and he has an entire social media presence that makes jokes about drunk driving.
Let's play the video.
So here's him, I believe, getting his ankle monitor on or off?
Off. And he posts it on TikTok. Here he is getting pulled over by the police for having no license.
For having no license.
He just looks at the camera like, oh, Here he is filming his empty Modelos and Pacificos. Real Mexican beer guy.
So literally drinking and driving. He makes videos about
He's in the driver's seat.
Here he is literally drinking and driving.
Chugging a Modelo 40. So the guy's just a drunk illegal. All his captions are in Spanish. And of course, he was in California, so he was allowed to stay. Brian Alva Rodriguez, an illegal alien previously ordered, removed, and convicted of 2 DUIs, is now charged with a 3rd DUI in the death of an 8-year-old girl. And social media shows all of his drinking and stuff, which we just showed you here.
And here's the crash of the 8-year-old girl.
He crossed a double yellow line and hit a, I think, Camry head on. And a little girl was killed because of it. And this is what I mean by like ICE going into the neighborhoods. The guy had an order of removal after 2 DUIs. And Sanctuary State Gavin Newsom doesn't turn him in, doesn't cooperate with ICE or anything. And he kills an 8-year-old girl in California.
Yeah, we can steal Maduro in the middle of the night, but we can't get this guy out.
Crazy.
All right, let's get to our next story. We'll start with the mugshot.
Fat neck, mouth breather, like, something happened to me. This is like, I got stung by 100 bees. Right?
And here's the context of what happened.
Yeah, this is just like top 10 dumb Urban Decay headlines. A man asked police to test whether the meth he bought was actually meth. Then he goes to the police station to get it tested and press charges on, I guess, whoever sold it to him. Illinois police say Seth Peter Kelly, 38, asked officer to test the drugs after a bad reaction. Police told him they could test it if he brought it to the station. Kelly arrived with a crystal-like substance wrapped in aluminum foil. Police confirmed it was meth. He was arrested and charged with possession, and there's his mugshot there. I'm stupid.
Yeah, it actually is meth, brother. Hands behind your back.
Hands behind your back. Congratulations. And the ironic thing is if he was sold fake meth, he would have been free to go, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
So another...
what was the upside? You go to the police station, it's either not meth, and you knew that. Yeah. That's why you're at the police station trying to get it tested, or it is meth, and now you're at the police station and you brought meth.
I don't think there was much thinking going on. So he didn't game out. You know how we game out certain scenarios? I don't think he was doing that.
He wasn't gaming it out.
Yeah.
All right, our next story is about a man who was shot by ICE, and it sounds bad in the beginning, but when you hear the details, you'll realize.
Keith Porter's mother, overcome with grief at the candlelight vigil in Carson where she raised him. This is the second memorial in a week for the father of 2 shot and killed in Northridge by an off-duty ICE agent on New Year's Eve.
Took our loved one from us. You murdered our loved one, and it's not fair. It's not right.
According to the...
And it sounds like, oh man, ICE just shot this guy and now he's dead and everyone's sad and he was a great guy.
Father of 2, ICE murdered him? Why haven't I heard more about this? This is fucking crazy, right? Yeah. Everyone's talking about Renee Good. ICE killed this guy. Let's hear some more details.
Let's hear some of the context.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, the off-duty ICE agent heard gunfire near his apartment and went to check it out. That's when DHS says the officer encountered Porter holding a long rifle. Advocates say Porter's gunfire that night was his way of observing the holiday.
Yes, it was illegal, but at the end of the day, it's American tradition.
I'm 80 years old. It's happened as long as I can remember. That's one of the things that happens. People shoot guns as part of fireworks and celebration of the new year.
But the agent allegedly ordered Porter to put down the weapon. And when he didn't comply, DHS says the off-duty officer fired his service gun. The agency claims Porter fired 3 rounds at the off-duty agent before he was killed.
This is a human rights issue.
The 43-year-old's death touching...
Damn, can't even shoot your gun in the air and then at an ICE officer anymore.
Yeah.
That's an American tradition.
The 80-year-old bag of bones libtard woman comes in and defends the guy. She's at the vigil.
And shooting guns in the air, and I believe it's Northridge, California.
Yeah.
That's like a suburban town where it's house.
Yeah.
So if you're shooting the gun in the air, those bullets come down.
Yeah. They don't go to the mountains.
So they don't go forever and go into space.
Yeah.
No, that's a tradition as long as I can remember. When was the last time you ever saw someone shoot a gun straight up in the air? I've never seen that.
Yeah, I don't do that. None of my homies do that. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, just a retarded person. He shot 3 times at the ICE officer. He didn't go, whoa, whoa, father of 2. They emphasize that. And then they go, he shot 3 times at the ICE officer.
Yeah.
This father of 2 was doing an American celebration. It's not even American. That's third world. That's Middle Eastern shit, shooting the gun in the air.
Yeah.
And then you shoot your random wedding guest. Yeah. Everyone's seen those videos, right? You go like this, and then all of a sudden some guy's dead. Yeah, I don't know. More fuck around and find out, stupid games, stupid prizes, whatever little saying. That's what you get.
Yeah. You never have a show watcher get in trouble that way.
I don't think so. I don't think
so either. All right, our last story of urban decay is a very sad story. Can you lead us into it?
Dark story. 11-month-old Harvey Mucklebust was suffocated to death at a daycare in Minnesota. Daycare worker Thea Russell was just arrested and allegedly told police she did it for attention. Let's see what Fox Local has for the story.
His life taken while at Rocking Horse Ranch childcare, allegedly by an employee who had been there just 3 weeks. Harvey died in September after the accused employee called 911 when Harvey stopped breathing. The little boy died at the hospital. But this incident wasn't isolated. Just 2 hours before Harvey died, another Rocking Horse child was taken to the hospital with the same symptoms. And that same child had been at the hospital just a few days earlier as well.
A 4-month-old child who's briefly not breathing and was found with blood and foam under her nose and mouth. By the time officers arrived, the child was breathing again and was being transported to the hospital by the parents.
At the time, doctors believed that child had suffered some sort of medical issue. But through the investigation, police could see the common thread was the 18-year-old employee who ultimately confessed to suffocating the children in an attention-seeking act. Police adding she had a documented history of attention-seeking behavior,
including her making multiple 911 calls, reporting nonsensical incidents, and simply hanging up. Also learned were past incidents involving starting fires at a church camp and erratic behavior toward other children.
So this is who's watching your kids. And the kids that were injured, the one who died was 11 months and the other one was 4 months. Imagine dropping a 4-month-old off to that woman.
Crazy. And there's a couple lessons in here. One, if you're white, don't use black daycare workers. Just try to avoid it. Honestly, like there's too much racial tension in America right now. That's like not PC or whatever, but just like stay within your own race, probably. I've seen too many stories of kids with beatings, bruises, whatever. And then the other lesson in this is always press charges. When you see someone with like shitty behavior, like, oh, she had a history of just calling 911, she lit some fires, and then we let her get a job at a daycare with a bunch of under 1-year-olds. How the fuck does that happen, right? So it's like press charges. It's your duty to follow through. Go be a witness if someone's a criminal towards you, because you're not just doing it for yourself, but you're maybe preventing them from getting a job later that would give them access to innocent, vulnerable people. But you're like starting a paper trail, right?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, the other lesson is maybe mom stays home from work.
That's the takeaway. It's stay home with your kid season, even if it means you make less money and you have to maybe struggle to make ends meet. What's more important than staying home with your 11-month-old? And you're going to give your 11-month-old to that woman that you don't even know who's a literal criminal?
There's this weird middle zone, right? Like say, let's take a range of women, right? Say this woman is a corporate law attorney who's like on her way to become partner and she makes $400,000 a year. Yeah, you're going to go back to work after the baby, right? But you're also going to pay a fucking live-in nanny who's sick and you've interviewed 10 of them and you kind of are a corporate, like...
And it's expensive.
You're a corporate grinder, it's expensive. And then there's the mom who makes like 50, 60, 70K in that range with like a good job that she likes. Maybe it has some good benefits and that's why she does it. But then when you pay for childcare and you pay for everything, it's like you're really netting like maybe 25K a year or 20K a year. So like that math, you have to be constantly like evaluating, like, is it worth 20K a year and then my kid's with a stranger? Probably not, you know? And this family looks so nice. These people are like normal. Like it's just horrible.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's the grandma back there. It's like just one of those decisions that kind of almost haunts you forever. And, you know, you don't want to learn from your mistakes. You want to learn from other people's. And I don't know if this was a mistake or if they even knew this girl worked there, this scumbag. But that's why we talk about it on the show, because there's something to learn from it, right? And we have a lot of people who are constantly just had their first kid or, just got married, and so we want to harp on that.
Very sad stuff, but don't get too down or too depressed. Moving on to Uplifting Gold, and we have some uplifting stuff today. First, this guy has a weight loss hack that we can all use.
I actually wrap my mouth in plastic before every meal. No, this is not a joke. It tricks my brain into thinking I'm eating and getting the nutrients and dopamine, but I'm actually able to just eat whatever I want and still never gain any weight.
Pretty smart.
Does he taste anything, or does he taste plastic?
I think it's all about just like your brain seeing the food go in your mouth.
Okay. I was going to say, just do bulimia, brother.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
If you're that in, just pull the trigger, brother.
Just puke it.
Have fun, get all the tastes.
Go crazy.
We were talking about this. We're back
Load up.
Yeah.
More than you would ever eat. Binge.
We're back on our diets in general, like after the holidays and stuff. And I was telling Fleccas, feeling skinny is better than any food, When you feel fit, you feel skinny. That's what they say. That's kind of like a girl saying almost. Like nothing tastes as good as feeling skinny or something like that.
As being thin is, yeah.
And then Fleccas just goes, pizza. So,
Or being skinny and eating pizza.
That's probably got to feel so good. I can't relate to that, but that's got to feel real good.
But puking it is the solution. I got good. Like I learned how to puke well in college.
Yeah.
You just eat a whole pizza, eat some Domino's, eat a whole thing of McDonald's. Doesn't really sit right.
You puke it up in the next morning's run.
You just yak it out.
Yeah. Next morning when you're 5 sprints in, you puke it up. You still taste it at all?
You puke it up right after. Make sure you drink a bunch of water before you eat, so you're not just gonna get choked.
Chunky shit.
It's easy.
Sounds like you're serious about bulimia, brother. I'm kind of making jokes.
I'm making jokes too. But there
Sounds
are
like
some.
you pulled the trigger.
There's been some times where you go to the Chinese buffet and you eat a bunch of shit and you don't feel good.
Okay.
And you're kind of like, am I gonna just
Gotta get this
sit
out.
all day and ride this out, or am I just gonna yak it up and then kind of have the rest of my day? All right. Next, we have a motivational message from this guy.
There are two spirits battling inside you, a battle for your soul. One is doubt, fear, and laziness. The other is discipline, courage, and strength. Which one wins? Simple. The one you feed.
There you go.
Okay.
Message of the day.
Good for you. What's up with the mesh shirt and the male nipples? What's up with that? And then he's on he's a shower curtain of the Las Vegas Strip?
Yeah.
Is that what his studio?
Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
Hey, got to start somewhere.
The mesh shirt with the nipples out.
Rob likes that type of shit.
All right, next, this is a method to get people to miss foul shots.
That's my man.
And he completely airballs it. That's my man.
I guess proof. Proof is in the pudding.
All right, our last clip and our Pure Americana clip of the week, we have the dog waiting with the kids at the bus stop. That's a good boy.
That's nice. And once the door closes, they're in. And the bus stop picks you up from your own house, personally?
Yeah.
I thought that's just, I thought you had to go to a corner somewhere. You had to like kind of go.
They used to come to my house.
They did?
Yeah.
I had to walk to a fucking corner.
Pathetic.
Fucking sucked. But I think that was only like 1 year.
Isn't that nice Americana? The dog's got a job.
Yeah. You got to give the dog a purpose. You got to let him cook.
And certain dogs have certain jobs. That's that dog's job. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Thank
Feels
you.
good. All right.
You losing steam?
No, the show's over, but we have our shout-outs. We have a happy birthday to Honkler. His birthday was on Tuesday, the Honkler. You see, he commented.
Honk, honk.
I'm always watching the comments, guys.
Okay.
So if you comment, I see it. And it's his birthday. Happy birthday, the Honkler, on Tuesday.
Happy birthday, Honkler.
You do it.
You got recognized at Publix the other day.
Yeah?
By a show watcher who, like, the girl...
Wasn't
our typical audience.
Wasn't our typical audience.
But
She had a mask, and she was kind of quiet. And I just assumed, like, all right, I'm just going to check out. And then she said, are you Fleccas? And I said, yes. And she said, my dad watches your show.
So sometimes people are just kind of exposed to it. And, like, she might not agree with us, but it's funny. So shout out to that dad.
Yeah.
If your daughter works at that Publix, you know who you are.
Jeff.
It was Jeff. You remember the name?
He emailed me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He told me to shout out.
Shout out? Okay.
He told me to shout out John Frankman, who is a show watcher and he's running for Congress in Florida. He's a former Green Beret captain.
Oh, dude, John Frankman. I know him.
And he's tired of Republicans getting nothing done. He's kind of thinks like us. So go follow him, John Frankman. How do you spell, what's his at?
John Frankman, Florida. He just announced he's running for Congress in Florida's 1st district. Even with the GOP majority, D.C. is broken and nothing is getting done. Florida 1 is one of the most conservative districts in America, and it deserves a fighter, not a placeholder. And I DM with this guy. Yeah, he's like a former Green Beret. This guy's, I told him he should run for something. If you look in our chat history, not like it was my idea.
You did this.
But like, I was like, try again. I just said, swing away, keep swinging. Trump, I think, endorsed somebody else in a race that he was trying for, but this guy's a Green Beret, does news hits. He does all the good shit. So John Frankman, we fully support John Frankman.
We do. He's a Catholic too. He's a good guy and he hates the rhinos. And we have a picture here of his profile. So go give him a follow, John Frankman.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Florida's 1st is in the Panhandle, right?
Yeah, it's up north.
Good luck, John.
Good luck, John. We like you and thank you for watching. It's very cool when like a Green Beret captain watches the show.
Yeah.
That's like a high-level individual. Mm-hmm. Which makes us high-level individuals by association.
You handle the like breaching and clearing a house. We'll handle the stupid bits, brother.
Yeah.
Keep fighting.
Pleasure serving with you.
Pleasure serving with you. Equal partners, 50-50 partners.
Equal service to the country. Yeah. Happy birthday to Mike from Oaklawn. His birthday was on January 15th.
Oaklawn?
Oaklawn.
Chicago.
Oh, cool. Happy birthday to Bradley, who turned 6 this week. Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Bradley.
Hope it's a good one. You're on TV. You're famous,
you.
Bradley. Happy birthday.
Look at you.
Listen to your parents.
Okay.
All right. And then we have a happy anniversary, 8-year anniversary for Jake and Becky on January 12th.
Happy anniversary, Jake and Becky.
You guys are going to be together forever because you watch the show together. And couples who watch the show together stay together.
Yep.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Well, that was a good episode.
Yeah, you liked it?
I did. And if you guys want to watch the Fleccas Cribs special where you get to see my house and how I live and all the stupid stuff I have and my cool car collection, that actually is the cool part. FleccasTalks.com is the website. Comes out tomorrow at 11 a.m. It's going to be sick.
At 11 a.m., huh?
At 11 a.m.
Okay. Cool.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Right
so
on.
You guys should sign up and check that out. You're going to love it. It's very fun. Me and Rat Boy shot it. And you have a whole backlog of content with Bonus Land, which is great. And then we'll see you on Tuesday.
Yep.
Have a nice weekend.
Go Bears.
See you on Tuesday.
Go Bears again.
Goodbye.
When
ableism and racism and classism and heterosexism and all forms of oppression like really work together to.
It's like 55512.